championship, the Clemson Tigers taking on the 6th-ranked team in the land, the Mississippi State Bulldogs. For EA Sports, I'm Reese Davis, Jesse Palmer, and David Pollack with me. Guys, can't wait to get this started. Clemson will boot it away to get this one started. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Power football with the run. Not a whole lot of room to run. Let's give him a couple. Guys, let's talk a little bit about Mississippi State. Really interesting matchup here. It's always fun when the top two teams in the conference get to square off in the regular season. With all the expansion, it's become a little bit of a rarity, hasn't it?
It has. Obviously, there's so many teams in each conference, but head-to-head still very much matters. So if you're sitting, obviously, at the top like these teams are, the head-to-head this day will really matter down the road.
Yeah, this was a game we circled way back in the preseason, expecting these two teams to be as good as they are, and now we get to find out who's the best in conference. Both these teams relishing this opportunity to show not only their opponent, but the rest of the conference who the top dog is.
The Bulldogs are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. On 3rd and short, the run and looking for the first down. Ball down, but he has enough to move the chains.
And I think on that last run play on 3rd down here early in the game, they're making a statement that we believe we're the more physical team and we're going to run the football even if you know it's coming at you. Nice job. They've got the ball at midfield. I expect to see more run plays coming up.
And the Bulldogs come to the line with a fresh set of downs. The short hands, it's Logan. Makes the grab, but not quite enough for the first down, but a good gain on that play. Let's take just a minute and talk about Mississippi State. This is exactly how you want to start conference play. Early in the race for sure, but precisely the type of foundation you need to set.
And this is really the meat on the bone in the schedule, right? A lot of teams have out-of-conference games early in the season, but now is where it matters the most. You talk to any coach, they'll tell you, David, number one on the goal sheet is to win your conference.
And I think it's so hard because of the familiarity. You play these same teams every single year. You know them inside and out. They know your scheme, you know their scheme, and sometimes the momentum of the moment can be tough, so got to continue to play well within the conference.
Mississippi State has this drive hitting on all cylinders. They'll give it to him again. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
And that's why he is an All-American caliber player. He is just so physical and dominant against the run. He's able to shed blockers, use his athleticism, use his speed, get to the ball carrier and bring him down. Simply one of the best box defenders you're going to find in the entire country.
And those two couldn't make the connection. It's an incomplete pass.
Well, give the defense credit because they're forcing this quarterback to throw into very small windows under duress.
The 7th play of this opening drive will be a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the wideout. Finds a man on the right. Putting together a real scoring threat here as they pick up the first down at the 36.
And I love the awareness by the wide receiver on that play because I'm not sure that route was supposed to be that deep. You got to wonder if the receiver decided maybe to adjust the route a little bit to make sure that he got the first down.
They've got it at the 36 on 1st and 10. Hand off from the shotgun. Moves it forward just a bit, a pickup of 1 to the 35.
Run game is good. Balance is good. Now, listen, if the run game isn't good, then you got to pass the football a little bit more. But sometimes you got to keep them honest, take them chunk by chunk.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Here's a quick throw out to the left. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
I like the idea by the quarterback there. You're trying to get this first down, so you find the tight end, see if he can make a guy miss or shake a tackle. Not able to get it done.
10th play of the drive coming up, at this time a chance for the defense to get off the field on 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Makes the grab. Powers through the defender. He gets it to the 34-yard line, but excellent 3rd down defense, and 4th down's coming up. They'll try to put 3 on the board as the field goal unit comes on. Tried to give it enough body English, but he missed it. After the miss, no change in the score.
And sometimes I just feel like 4th down, man, just go for it every time. Like the field goal miss, make rate. And listen, kickers have improved the last couple of years, but you left some points off the scoreboard there.
The missed 51-yard field goal now gives this offense good starting field position at its own 34.
Well, they're trying to run the football there, just nowhere to go. They got dominated up front at the point of attack.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Back to pass. Just a short pass to the tight end. Good pickup there as he gets the first down, and they'll mark him at the 48.
Well, I know the tight end did some good things after the catch, but you've got to give the quarterback credit, too, for the location of the throw. Because he put it out in front of his big man, he was able to make the catch and accelerate, creating some distance there between him and the defense.
This offense lining up now at the 48-yard line on 1st and 10. Leaves it with the running back. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
That's a fantastic play by the linebacker. He has such tremendous instincts. As soon as he sees run, he's coming downhill. He's got great speed. He gets you on the ground. That's why he's one of the best linebackers in the entire country.
And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. Pulls it in. It's Gandy. Really nice pickup on that one as they get it to the 36. It'll be 1st down.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on 3rd down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is, and you saw it right there on that play.
Lets it fly. Fired just a little too long as the junior frustrated he missed that connection.
I think for the quarterback, he's going to have to be so good with his eyes in this game. You're going up against one of the best defenses in the country. You've got to look guys off, especially when you're trying to throw to your primary target like he was on that last one.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. The play action fake. Under fire. Can't find the man, and he'll be knocked down at the 40.
Oftentimes with play action, you're asking the quarterback to hold on to the ball a bit longer, and you're asking this offensive line to hold up and pass pro a bit longer. Against this athletic front 7 on defense, it's going to be tough.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that sack. On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down.
Every defense in the country talks about getting offenses in predictable 3rd and long situations where I can bring on more speedsters and I know the pass is coming so I can have more success.
No good. Guys, after the miss, no change in the score. Here comes the Bulldog offense back onto the field. They built up some time of possession with that last drive, but couldn't turn it into points with the missed field goal. We'll see if they can put something on the board this time. On play action on 1st down. That's caught. It's Logan. Nice pickup there. Gets him the 1st down and sets him up at the 45-yard line.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
To the ground with the back. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
It's hard to run on a defense that comes off the ball like that and runs to the football like that. Good luck. No holes anywhere.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Looking to fire. They've got the screen set up. There he goes. He gets it past the 1st down marker, and a really nice job to set up that screen and move the sticks.
And a great job by the QB finding the running back, get him the football where he can do some damage after the catch, and most importantly, get the 1st down.
Mississippi State comes out after picking up the 1st down. They'll move the wide receiver. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Makes the grab. Now he's got it all the way down to the 21-yard line, and they are threatening on 1st down.
I'll tell you, this slot receiver, he really does give his quarterback a nice option. Runs really good routes. He's got nice hands, and you saw it on that last play.
Here's the handoff. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
And, man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. And no matter what play you call, man, how about him getting in the backfield quick, penetrating, using his quickness, and using his strength to get him to the ground? That is a baller.
Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. They'll run it out of the shotgun. Gets it inside the 10.
Man, who says you can't run up the middle anymore, right? Everybody thinks I got to make big plays. I got to go way out to the left, way out to the right, way out in space. Nope, right down the middle. Nice blocking. How about the running back? You could tell the speed, the wheels, does a great job getting down the field, making a huge rushing play.
Now on 1st and goal, let's see what Mississippi State does. On the move. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Mississippi State.
And that's what makes this quarterback so dangerous, fellas. He can hurt you throwing the ball. Man, is he ever dangerous and explosive with his feet. You have got to be able to get this guy on the ground. If you don't, he has got way too much wiggle and speed. You saw it right there.
Getting set for the extra point after putting the scoreboard to work for the first time. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Interesting to see the ripple effects after this one in the SEC today, fellas. UAB went on the road and silenced one of the most vocal crowds in football. And it's clear this Blazers team has adopted the mantra, let your play do the talking. Going to be very interesting to see what the fallout from this one is, because as we know, you can't lose games in the SEC like this without some blowback.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. play, first snap of the drive from the 25. Complete to start this drive. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup.
For a wide receiver screen to work, you've got to have better blocking out in front by other receivers, and they're just not physical enough at the point on that last play.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Wants to go up top. Quickly complete. Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. They've got it out to the 41 with a first down.
I love the anticipation on that throw by the QB on the out route. You got to throw it before the receiver comes out of his break. Nice work.
They'll need to show urgency to get another play off before the clock hits 0. Making sure they have good balance, keeping it on the ground. He breaks a tackle. They get him on the ground, and with that, we'll head to the second quarter. We've come to the end of the period, and Mississippi State is on top. And we've reached the end of one. Before we move on, let's take a look at our stats so far. They are lined up and ready to go and get things started here in the second. They've got a first down here to open the period. From the shotgun, the inside give. Inside the 35. Chopping up this defense, and they've got it all the way down to the 23.
Wow. 4 plays on this drive by the offense. They already got 3 first downs. We knew they had a lot of playmakers coming into this game, and they're showing that right now. This defense is going to have to make a play at some point here and stop the bleeding.
The Tigers come to the line after ripping off that huge gain on the ground, trying to keep it going. They're going to test the right side with this one. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down.
First down, you know you always want to establish the running game. How about this offense? Nothing fancy. Run the football, be physical, get a big gain.
Might as well give it to him again. He was looking for some place to put his foot in the ground, but the defense was everywhere, and he's knocked down behind the line. Man, what a spectacular play by that defensive end to come up with the tackle there.
And you see those guys get off the football so fast. Most of these guys are 250 to 275 pounds, but they get off the ball fast, low. And the offensive linemen, they have no chance to stop those guys as quick and as fast as they are.
Catch in the middle, it's Gandy. Takes it all the way down to the 4 after making the grab, and they're set up.
You get the completion, and now you set up a manageable third down situation in the red zone. This is a huge down in distance in this game.
Tight quarters deep in the red zone, but they can pick up a first down without scoring. Third down. They'll try to get it through the air. Finds his big tight end. And he cruises his way to the house. Touchdown, Tigers. They score for the big fella here. Why are tight ends so effective in the red zone?
Well, these aren't the guys that are going to burn by you and go for 70 most of the time. But when you can use their big-bodied frames, threaten them to run the football and be a blocker in the running game, and now you slip them in the secondary and make that big play.
And he puts through the extra point. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Here comes the Mississippi State offense, ready to attack. Took the last drive in for a touchdown. They'll try to do it again on this one. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Awesome job up front by this defensive line, being so good at the point of attack and eating blocks, eating some double teams that allows these linebackers to run free, unencumbered, and get to the football.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Quarterback making adjustments. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. He's got him. Fights off a defender. And he's got enough for the first down. It'll be at the 35.
Yeah, when you run those drag routes, it just takes a little bit of know-how. And when I say that, the receiver's got to understand, find space. My quarterback's going to find me. He's looking for that space at the same time. Nice throw, nice catch. Way to get the first down.
This time they'll go to the running game.
And you want to run the football. That's okay. You'll take some of these. But if they start to add up down the road, obviously, you might want to think about airing it out a little bit.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Back to pass. Finds his big tight end. And he's brought down after a nice gain. Man, this sophomore quarterback unleashed a cannon on that one.
How about the big fella, the tight end, the wide receiver in a tight end's body going up and making the catch.
Wants to throw on first down. Safe completion on the screen.
Well, a nice gainer on that running back screen. Now, how about the offensive line getting downfield and getting blocks to really help out the back, find some space to go to work?
The Bulldogs have a lot of options on 2nd and inches. From the gun, he leaves it with the back. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down.
And these short yardage situations, it all comes down to the up front. Like, who can win the battle up front? Can you get a hat on a hat? And they do. This offensive line, they get on the D-line, they create just enough space, understand short yard situation, fall forward, and get a first down.
Pulled down after a pickup of 5, but they knocked that defense back, and they've got it down to the 34.
Man, it's nice when you can depend on your big boys up front to make a lane, and you get 5 or 6 yards. You get 5 or 6 yards a pop. You move the ball down the field easily, and more importantly, can get this defense to be more aggressive, to bring DBs close to the line of scrimmage, and then that might open up some big plays down the field.
To the air on 2nd down. That's reeled in. It's McCray. Makes the tackle at the 23-yard line. Give him 10 yards and enough for the first down.
Well, there's a great example of the receiver working back to his quarterback on the curl route against man coverage. He drives back towards the football, makes the catch, and gets the first down.
It's complete to the right. He gets it all the way down to the 5-yard line. A terrific catch and run before he stopped.
QBs, when you see zone coverage, man, can you manipulate defense when you have a good pocket and you've got time to throw. He had a little bit of time to throw. You can move guys with your eyes. That drag comes wide open. Good throw, good catch, first down.
They're working that left side. And the catch and run into the end zone. Touchdown, Bulldogs. Field shrinks, tight end grows. Big targets, big results.
I've never heard it put that way, but you're dang right. That guy is so big. A lot of times you get a DB matched up on him. He can just post him up. A linebacker, he can run by him. So that's why these tight ends are so dangerous down here in this red zone.
It bounds through the back of the end zone. It'll be a touchback. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. They find themselves trailing by a touchdown and a chance on this drive to even the score. Crosses the 30 to the 31 and a 6-yard pickup. Guys, let's chat a little bit about Clemson. At this point in the season, you're probably in if the playoff starts today, but it doesn't. A long way to go, and the margins will be extra thin from here on out.
No, because if the season ended today, you're basically right on the cusp outside of the top 5, so you need to keep winning. You need to keep the intensity up, playing with a sense of urgency for the second half of the season, David. I think that's a massive key for this team.
Man, it's so hard with young kids, 17, 18, 19, 20 years old, to get them to continue to focus on the game in and game out, not the rankings, not down the road. That'll be the challenge down the stretch.
You know what they need, you know what they want, and you know what they deliver on third down. More cowbell. Incomplete. Man, oh man, is that one this junior would love to have back.
Defense did a great job. 3rd and short on the opponent's side of the field. They're expecting quick throw. Everybody, they dug their heel on the ground. They're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
So Clemson is lining up to punt this one away. Getting our first look of the afternoon at the punter. Puts a boot to it. Didn't see a lot of him in that loss last week. Only called on twice. They'll get down and put a stop to this return. They'll mark it at the 32. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Mississippi State offense headed back to the field to go to work. Man, what a drive last time for the touchdown. That passing attack was lethal, David.
Yeah, and you know, you hear all these stupid commentators like me and Jesse talk about create balance, run and pass. No, when you throw that good, spin the ball around.
So the defense has to find a way to affect the quarterback on this drive, because last drive he had way too much time to throw.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Looking to fire. Trying to set up the screen. Crosses the 45. They'll make the stop, but not before they use the screen beautifully and pick up the first down.
Phenomenal play call by the offensive coordinator. You're calling screen passes to take advantage of a good pass rush, and that's exactly what happened. The offensive linemen, they just let those defensive ends run up the field. Quarterback did a perfect job holding on to the ball to the last possible second, getting it out to his running back, and man, that running back had a convoy out ahead of him.
Defense holds their ground, pickup of a yard. It's at the 26.
And that run really didn't go anywhere, and a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. Wide receiver going in motion. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. Fires to the middle. Got him downfield. They get him down, but this offense is set up 1st and goal from the 9.
This offense is clicking, everything working together really well. Coordinator, quarterback, offensive line, good rhythm, good flow. Defense is going to have to find something to kind of mess up this timing they got going on.
A run for the quarterback. Oh, what a cut! He works his way ever closer all the way down to the 1-yard line.
QBs that can run completely change your game plan. I mean, every single bit of it. You have to understand, now as a pass rusher, I got to keep him in the pocket. I got to understand all the zone read concepts and the power read and the jet read, all the different things they can do to you. So, having a guy back there at the helm that can run the football, you better be alert of it from the first play to the end of the 4th quarter.
Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. And now, after getting knocked back, they'll try it again, this time from the 5 on 3rd and goal. quarterback may change this route. Gets the back moving. On 3rd and goal, they'll throw it. Looking to get it in. Touchdown, Bulldogs! And they take it in for 6 more points. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point puts them on top 21-7. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Pac-12 teams colliding today in a huge matchup, and now it's a final. Colorado State just wrapped up 4 quarters worth of dominance on its way to a never-in-doubt victory, and that's really the standard there in Fort Collins. They'll enjoy this one all week. Just another week in the Pac-12 where anything can happen on any given Saturday. As we send things back to you guys.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. Give to the running back. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. They'll try to kick it into overdrive. Clock's running. 2nd down coming. Off play action. Buying some time. Outside the pocket, lets it go. Makes the grab along the sidelines, and they get enough for the 1st down.
Nice job by the receiver on the back end there, too. He sees his quarterback on the run moving, and he just works to get himself open to give his guy a place to throw the football. They're able to connect, and they keep the drive going.
Looking to throw on 1st down. Grab behind the line. It's awesome. Turning it on. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The Tigers in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Looking to go up top, and time's running out in the half. Pressure is effective from the defense. They knock it down just behind the midfield stripe at the 48. Trying play action. Fires to the middle. Pass is incomplete, and by this stage of his career, you'd think a junior quarterback might take a little better care of the football. Clemson will send the punt team out. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Coverage was all over him before he had a chance to breathe, and they knock him down deep in his own territory. We'll see them really hit the speed button on the tempo here in the final minute of the 1st half. They'll go to the ground. They pick up half of it. It'll be 2nd and 5. And the Bulldogs are in the hurry-up. Wide receiver comes in motion. Back to throw, time running short in the half. That's caught. It's Logan. And they make the tackle, but the official has tossed his flag. Just an obvious holding call there, and one that just kills an offense's momentum. Now on 2nd down. And they won't try another play, instead taking a knee, and they'll head to the locker room. That's going to wrap up the 1st half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update. The Bulldogs will boot it away to start the 2nd half. The kickoff bounces through the end zone. They'll bring it out to the 25. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. Maybe adjustments or attitude adjustments, but they've got to find a way to run the ball at least some. Breaks away on the left. Plenty of room on that play, and they find their way to the 36.
Man, this offense is so dangerous, Reese. They've got dudes all over the field that can make plays. There's a big gainer in the pass game.
You get a chunk of yards like that, now the defense is really on its heels. They don't seem interested in inching the ball down the field. That big play sets him up. 1st and 10 from the 36. And he was able to run through one tackle, but still only a modest gain.
Man, you put those slot receivers in there, and here's why you do it. You back them off the football a lot of times, but who's guarding them? A lot of times those are linebackers. Those are safeties. You get those good matchups where you can feature one of your speedsters, and a lot of times good things happen.
Here's the pressure. Hit as he throws. That's caught. It's Gandy. Makes the tackle right at the 21-yard line. Pickup of 10 on the play, and this offense is threatening with a 1st down. And the Tigers come to the line with a new set of downs. The give to the left side. Crosses the 10. He's all the way down to the 3. An electric run has him set up.
It was so important this offense was able to find a way to get in the rhythm, and the running game is now helping that. 2 straight punts on their previous 2 drives. This drive, though, they're having a little bit more success. Big reason why is this running back. He's been able to find some creases to run through, and it's really helping out this offense.
1st and goal, and a great opportunity to slice into this lead. Try to barge their way in. And they get nothing. The ball remains at the 2-yard line.
Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys, and staying in your gaps. Everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You could tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to run.
They've moved it forward to the 2. Now it's 2nd and goal. Wants to go up top. Going for 6. Touchdown, Clemson. Fitted in the window for the score.
What a fantastic route that time. If you're going to be able to throw the ball down in this area of the field where the windows close so quickly, you have got to be precise with the route running, and that's what happened right there. That's an easy connection between the QB and his target for the score.
They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Here comes the Bulldog offense back onto the field. That lead has been sliced to 7, and now they'll try to put something together here. And the Heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17.
That is an awesome play up front right there, crashing that play in the backfield. And it's funny, you know, you think back to Clemson. Remember when Trevor Lawrence won a national title his true freshman year? It wasn't necessarily about Trevor Lawrence. They won that title because of their defensive dominance, especially on the D-line. That may have been the best D-line we've ever seen in college football. And I tell you, sometimes this dude looks like he could start on that D-line. He's that talented.
Come to the line, facing 3rd and long from the 25. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the tight end. He gets it oh so close to the 1st down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short.
Man, and that's just making it way too easy on the defense. They're laughing at that short throw. They're like, really? Okay, we'll just make an easy tackle and jog our punt return team out on the field. You're going to make it that easy for us.
Tries to get it on the ground. Ran through the tackle, and he's got room to run. The freshman freshman brought down after a really nice run there. You think the head coach really had any doubt? He's in his own territory, but you only have a few inches to go.
Go, go, go. I don't care what side of the field it is, 4th and inches. I'm going for it. I like my chances.
They'll line up right at the 48-yard line on 1st and 10. To the ground. He's got it again. And the defense snows him under after a very short gain.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. Gonna swing it on 2nd down. Fires it incomplete.
The defense was obviously ready for that play. They've obviously been watching film. They know that that pass play is one of the bread and butter plays this offense has, so nice job defending it.
They've got the ball at midfield, but they're facing a 3rd and long. Now the play fake. Right on the money. Really good surge for this offense. They move the chains, and he's got it at the 34.
And that's a huge 3rd down conversion by the offense there. It's 3rd and long. You've got to lead, not by a lot. Quarterback, though, very poised. Reads the coverage, throws it in rhythm, and you stay on the field.
Got room to work. Got enough for the first. Brought down just outside the red zone. He moves the chains. It's at the 22.
That's a big key for this offense. Now, you've got the lead here in the 2nd half. You want to run the football, and you got to just keep getting positive yards. You got to keep the 3rd downs manageable so you can stay on the field, bleed the clock. That's going to be the key for this offense and their team winning the game.
They make the stop after a pickup of 3. Ball's at the 18. Solid pickup of 4 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 6. Here we go. They'll send the back in motion. Back to pass on 2nd down. Finds his man in the middle. They'll spot the ball at the 12 after that completion.
Well, a nice completion there, finding the tight end. And what's so beautiful about that is while they didn't get the first, they were able to pick up enough yards now to make the 3rd down manageable, really putting this offense in a good position.
And the Bulldogs come to the line needing just inches for the 1st down. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. Tackle behind the line of scrimmage, and what a big 3rd down stop by this defense.
You just got to wonder how frustrated this guy is, especially after the success he had their last game out, but just nothing going in this one. He has not been able to get himself into a rhythm. There have been way too much penetration up front defensively. They have been able to stop him in his tracks.
They'll try to get something out of this drive and kick the field goal here on 4th down. Between the uprights, it's good. And now the lead is even bigger. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Guys, your game is a big one, but so is this battle right now inside the American. Southern Miss is in front. They've controlled the line of scrimmage today, but they still have some work to do to put this in the win column. They're up by 4 over Florida State. Ought to be fun, fellas, to see how things play out in this notable matchup in the American.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. They've fallen into a hole here, and they need to start fighting back right now on this drive. And they'll move the chains and get it to the 47-yard line. You count up those explosive plays in a game, and you put a little extra star by the big runs.
Yeah, and this running back is a weapon, boy. He is so good in space. He's got shiftiness. He can make guys miss. And if this guy gets into the second level, watch out. He can hit a home run.
To the air on first down. He'll loft one deep down the left side. And it's knocked away and incomplete. The defensive back staying in phase and batting it away.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on first down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him and just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the right place, was forcing that ball to his intended target. The window way too small. The guy was not open, so that didn't have that chance to be complete.
They'll go back to the air on second down. A strike downfield. Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the first down. This has been a staple of the offense at Clemson. Get those big receivers, let them make plays downfield, and it's been very effective over the years.
Yeah, and good quarterback play obviously helps, but when you got good matchups on the outside, it kind of makes the defense very predictable. Like, I got to give help. Okay, it helps my running game. You don't give help. Okay, I'm throwing to my freak out wide. So I think these guys on the outside with all that speed definitely are a problem for defenses.
Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window. The intended target was not open, and that's why that one fell incomplete.
Pulls it in. It's Gandy. And he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain. If you didn't have a headache before, you've got one on the way. The cowbell's ringing on this third down in Starkville. Wants to throw again. Caught near the sticks. It's Gandy. They've got enough for the first down, and they're in the red zone at the 20. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Here comes Clemson with another first down. From the red zone, looking for a man. Using the quick game. They stop him just a link or two short of the first, and man, what they can do on second down here.
I'll tell you, I love the play call on first down here. You're just trying to find an easy completion, and the shortest throw on the field for the quarterback is finding your biggest target, and that's the tight end. Nice job.
Off the RPO, complete. Couldn't quite nudge it in. Not sure you could get much closer, but it'll be first and goal.
First and goal, Clemson.
The Tigers had tough field position to start this drive, but they've been relentless in moving the ball methodically down the field. Trying to barge in. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
Well, you got to give the defense credit. They knew a big key in this one was slowing this dude down, especially after how well he played the last time out. They have been swarming him. They have been gang tackling him and getting a lot of penetration up front.
Wants to fire on second down. Big fella moving. Touchdown Tigers. Made the grab and took it on in for the score. This is like a baseball pitcher that can't miss. He is just pounding the strike zone.
Yeah, it just gets in the zone, right? And you can't miss. You've seen quarterbacks get like that no matter what they do. They're on fire. They're hitting the receivers. And listen, that's also on the defense. The defense has to do a better job making him feel uncomfortable, changing what they're doing in coverage so he's a little bit confused. You can't just let him pick you apart.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Drive starts from their own 25-yard line. The give out of the gun. Runs through the tackle. And they'll drag him down. That's likely the last play of the third quarter. As we head to the quarter break, Mississippi State has the lead. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. One more period to go to see who can make the winning plays and come home with the victory. So the final period starts with a second down play. Back to pass. Get it out on the screen. Oh, he's got some space. They get him at the 42, but he picked up 10 there. That was just a perfectly choreographed screen. The line got out on time. The running back had a wall in front of it.
And I think the quarterback did a really good job of selling pass and then kind of dodging the pass rush, getting it to the running back, and then let him do the rest. You got him in space, he'll pick up yards in a hurry.
Running back searching for a hole. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the first down line?
At this point of the game, the offense has the lead, and the offensive coordinator knows they want to keep running the football. So he's going back, he's looking at his playlist, and he's saying, which runs work the best for me in this game? What can I lean on right here to make sure we win this one?
Throws to the wideout. Grabbed in the middle. It's McCray. And he found all kinds of room and got it down to the 28.
Well, how about the offense setting that play up? We've seen earlier in the game a couple shorter throws. They're just trying to suck those safeties closer to the line of scrimmage, anticipating that they would get an opportunity to take a shot. They called the perfect play at the perfect time right there.
Mississippi State really efficient on offense right now. Out of the gun to give to the back. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
And you gotta love this defensive performance so far. Done such a good job against a running back that you saw last week, man. He can go off. He can make big plays. He can chew some yardage up and keep an offense on schedule. Nice job by this defense locking in and shutting down the run game so far.
Makes the catch. It's Logan. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker.
Nice job by the receiver on the in route there. And how about the speed? After he made his break, he was able to actually separate a little bit from the DB, helping out his QB on that one.
On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete, and fourth down's coming.
And that's a play on third down. This offense just has to do a better job protecting their quarterback. Give them a split second more time to complete that throw, but they couldn't do it there.
Smashes it between the uprights. And now it'll take a touchdown to at least tie them a 6-point lead here in the fourth.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. They're in a precarious spot here, that lofty perch in the rankings, hanging in the balance unless they can do something to save themselves here. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down.
Well, we've got a close game here at the start of the fourth quarter, right? This team obviously is down, but they're not playing it close to the vest. Being aggressive, first play of the drive, trying to throw it down the field. They're going to have to complete some of these if they're going to get this comeback win in this game.
And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Great team defense on that run play. Everybody doing their job. People winning their one-on-ones, D linemen staying in their gaps, linebackers and DBs filling. You just can't do it better.
Makes the grab. And he gets it to the 45-yard line, and that'll be a first down.
Well, we know this guy is special, and because of that, his quarterback is looking to him on critical down and distances. There on that third down, there was no question. It wouldn't have mattered if he was single covered double covered, man zone. That's where he was going with it. And the big-time playmaker outside picks up the first.
That penalty moves the ball back 10 yards. We'll replay the down. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. Looking for a productive play on first down. They'll go to the air. Trying to make magic on the scramble. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. They're dealing with a second and long. Looking to fire. They'll run the screen. Make the stop at the 40, but it's a 10-yard gain and a fresh set of downs. Lots of good stuff on that play. You slow down the rush, you get a completion, and you move the chains.
And most importantly, you're right. You don't force a short yardage situation that you have to get. Nice job. Invite that rush up the field. Take advantage of the aggressiveness of the defense. Make the catch, make the run, get the first down.
Out of the crowd, and now he's got room. That's about as close as you can get to that marker, and it will be second and just a few breaths away from the first down.
One of the things you love about this running back is his physicality. He's got great size, and because of that, he can wear defenses down. Those 2, 3, and 4-yard gains in the first and second quarter, they become big gains late. Guys don't want to tackle him, and you're seeing that now.
Second down, he'll throw it. Receiver wasn't ready for the throw, incomplete.
Struggle for the run game for this offense. Man, this is something they hang their hat on. You saw last week, you saw the highlights, and just give it to the running back. Let him do his thing. Haven't been able to get him going. I don't know what's going on, but they got to find a way to get their talented back some space so he can make some plays.
Trailing by a possession, they need to keep the ball. They'll try to convert on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Big tight end makes the grab. First down, still on his feet. Well, they just drained all the suspense out of the fourth down conversion, moving the chains easily.
And that was one of those gotta have it. I mean, it's a fourth quarter, fourth down. We got to get some points. Palmer, they needed that one.
Yeah, all routes have to be run at the right depth, and the ball's got to come out at the right time. Nice job there by the quarterback.
Breaks into the open. Bulldozes his way through. Gets it all the way down to the 2-yard line. He was fighting for that end zone.
First down, physicality wins football games. Being able to run the football and create balance. And right here, just choose up another first down. Gives you another chance to maybe continue to run the football.
And I feel like this guy, too, is just an explosive play waiting to happen. His vision, his quickness, and he's got a burst. If you give this guy just a crease, he's going to hit it. And right now, he's doing some damage on this defense.
They're trying to power it in. And he's brought down at the line of scrimmage, and the ball will stay at the 2.
Yeah, you want to be physical. You want to assert yourselves. And now listen, I know this is a top-5 defense against the run in college football, but you got to believe you can do it and continue to stay balanced and run the football and be physical down here in the red zone.
Got stopped on first down. They'll try it again from the 2. Go straight ahead. Some hard running there, but just too many defenders as he stopped for a loss.
looking like they're going to have to try to throw this one into the end zone here on third down, David. Quarterback's got to be careful. Can't get greedy because you know these windows, they close fast.
Extremely tight windows. Find your big body guys that you know can win in contested situations here on third down.
Looking to throw on 3rd and goal. Trying to find the end zone. They got him the football, but he could not convert. It'll be 4th down. Well, it's obvious a field goal doesn't help them, and not much choice here but to go ahead and try to cash it in.
And I agree, Reese. I think you have to be aggressive here. You don't have a lot of opportunities left. We're in the 4th quarter. You're trailing. It's time to go make a play. Even if you miss it, they got to go the length of the field. You can still be set up with good field position.
Down in the final period in a tight game, and they will go for it on 4th and goal. He's looking to throw. Incomplete on 4th down, and man, did they need to keep that drive alive.
And that's such a good job by this defense. This offense is trying to find a spark, trying to get back in this football game. They're trying to be aggressive. The defense answers, and now you put your offense in a beautiful position to go out, execute a really good drive, and put a little distance between the other squad.
Here comes the Mississippi State offense, ready to attack. Guys, that last trip a little disappointing having to take the 3.
Yeah, I think
couldn't find his way out of the end zone, and they get him for a safety.
Well, the defense could smell blood in the water in that situation, and a great job pursuing, getting to the football, showing you all of that athleticism they have, and they come away with the safety.
Finding open areas.
The return is tackled down at the 31, and the Clemson offense will take over 1st and 10.
So will the defense try to keep it all in front, or will they go after the quarterback here and try to end it? Pulled and finds his man on the left. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
Great effort by the defense here. Offense trying to go wide receiver screen. How about the speed on defense rounding to the football?
Clock stops. We have reached the 2-minute timeout, and the offense is looking for a play to close this deal out. What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? Wants to go up top. The quick out. A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the 1st down.
And they've trusted him to throw the football all game. I expect nothing to change whatsoever. They're going to put it on his back, or his arm, I guess you could say, and let him throw this team to victory. It's a close game, tight game. I'm rolling with my best player.
Looking to throw on 1st down. Quickly out to the tight end. Found enough room to get it into enemy territory. They're down at the 43-yard line.
And that's why QBs love their tight ends so much, right? Especially when they're athletic, because they make short throws turn into long gains. Because of his ability after the catch, it's so unique and special. He is dominant in this offense.
Oh, he's going to try to hit him deep. And they couldn't make the connection on the long shot.
This really has been a masterclass by the quarterback with decision-making, right? We've already seen him throw multiple touchdown passes in the game. He's understood when to take his shots and when to throw it away when things aren't there, like on that last play.
After the incompletion, they go back up top. Looking down the middle. He's got an open man. Great job in this 2-minute drill as he gets out of bounds, keeping the clock on their side as they're trying to pull it out.
This quarterback has been really good today. Has been on top of it, seeing things really, really well. That pass right there put him over the 300-yard mark. That's a pretty good day.
Quick release on the RPO. The ball is down at the 14 after that grab.
Well, they're able to get the completion right now. You know the sense of urgency is up right here. They're in position to go win this game, David.
Yeah, and defensively, take your time getting off piles, make them eat clock, get in your defense really, really quickly, and make sure you don't give up any big plays by not being organized.
They'll go to work in the air on second down. Got his man. They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion.
And that's a perfect job by this defense. Like, you can give up those little small gains all the way down the field. The clock is your friend. You don't want to give up big plays. Don't want to give up those first downs, and just make that clock run.
The terrain gets rough this deep in the red zone. Third down, they can't pick up the first without scoring. From the gun, wants to pass. Snags it. He's stopped just short of the goal line, but they'll have it first and goal from the 1. Offense uses a timeout. 17 seconds left on the clock. And a touchdown here would not only give them the lead, but in the fourth quarter, that ramps up the pressure. Wants to pass. Trying to barrel in. Touchdown, Clemson. And with that, they move out front here in the fourth.
Well, and the offense shows you what they're made of. They're scoring the touchdown. They take the lead with only seconds to go, and now it's on the defense to ice this thing when they take the field.
And he puts it down the middle, and the lead is 3 here in the final period. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. They'll start this drive going to the air. Just a bit of a misfire there as they can't make the connection.
Well, the quarterback off target on that one. And in this 2-minute situation, you've got to be able to call and run passing plays that you feel like you can run in your sleep.
No time to waste here. They've got to get set and pick up chunk yardage. He wants to change this route. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. He can't find his man, and the clock stops with 6 seconds left.
And, man, this is a tough spot to be in as this offense. And the defense is so deep, and you wonder if that's why they threw the ball underneath. But, golly, with the clock where it is, you have to get somewhere down the field to give yourself a chance, an opportunity to maybe be successful at the end of this football game.
Got to get everybody lined up quickly. Time winding away, and they've got to push the ball down the field. He's taking the deep shot. It's incomplete. A last gasp effort, and the defense finds a way to survive it. Guys, if you want to go strictly by the rankings, I guess this was an upset, but to my eyes, we saw 2 really good teams slug it out, and one of them came out on top.
Yeah, 2 really good teams, man. That's a reason why they're both ranked. They're both really good, and I tell you what, getting this win proves something to everyone else now. Like, I was ranked below this squad. You beat a team that's ranked above you. Now you start to climb up the charts, build some momentum. This squad's about to get some more respect, Ballman.
I think good teams find ways to win games, especially in a game like this. 2 ranked opponents, evenly matched. Who's going to be able to make the plays when it matters the most? You got to give this team credit. This is a big win. It's